Hey guys, so welcome to today's trade recap, and it's a green day. Yay! A really good green day, and unfortunately, it's not as good as it should have been because lessons were learned today. We we got impatient and we deviated from our strategy. And this is the lesson that I've learned: is whenever I've deviated from my strategy, I lose money. And whenever I trade stocks under $3, historically, I lose money. There's a reason why I filter out stocks there's lower price stocks that are under $3, and it's because historically, and I look at my statistics on TraderView, and I'm able to see the demographic, and I always lose money when I'm trading stocks under $3. And yet today I decided, because there was nothing else moving, because it was such a quiet day for the early part of the market, for the open pre-market, I decided I was going to try my luck with a low price stock, in two low price stocks, in fact, and lost on both. So that for me is a lesson learned, and I'm not going to be doing that. So we traded VLON to start off with, VLON, and it was very low price stock, but it was moving very, very good. It had a good catalyst, and it was moving very, very well. Now, one of the things I don't like about trading those sub $3 stocks is that I don't get the leverage. But I still took big size because we started the day with $27,000 of equity, so we could still take up to 10,000 shares if we wanted to on a $2 stock. But it went against us on a number of occasions, and I held on to it too long, and I was looking for it to turn around. The first trade I took was okay. It just went against us. Second trade I took, probably not so much as okay. It went against us. Third trade I took was I just held on it way too long, thinking it was going to reverse the way the first two did, and it didn't. So we lost, we lost over $5,000 on that one trade. Then after the bell, we jumped onto Redbox. Again, this was more out of desperation than anything else. I need to work on my patience. I need to not jump into trades and trade for trade's sake. And this is a lesson for anybody that is a beginner trader or a budding trader, is that no trade days are still a break-even day. And taking a trade just so you feel like you're trading and that you're working, it's really not worth it. You wait for the quality setups and only take the quality setups. So that was two trades. We're at this stage, we're 6,400 in the red, almost 6,500 in the red. And we finished the stream. Actually, the stream finished itself. I forgot to plug my phone in, and the power went off. So finished the stream. I'm still looking for things to trade. I'm thinking it's Friday. I don't want to leave it like that. I know I can do better. I deviated from my strategy. So DWAC started to move, and I've traded DWAC many times profitably. And I thought, okay, I'll wait for a good entry. It was getting good volume. It was getting good momentum onto the upside. I thought I'd get a good entry, and 2,500 shares, and it didn't move the way I wanted it to. So as it pulled back, we got out, and we lost another $350. But at this stage, we're very close to $7,000 in the red. That's not the way that I want to be going into the weekend. That's going to put a dampener on my whole weekend. So then we have a look at the scanners, the momentum scanner. We see FRGE. FRGE we traded a few times before, profitably. I'll go into the details. I'm going to show you the FRGE trade, and you make up your own mind how good it was. But before I do, remember to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. Unfortunately, I didn't record the FRGE trade. I didn't trade it live. It was a little bit later. This came after the stream had finished. But if you do want to see me trading live and you want to join in and learn how to trade, then hit the notification bell and you'll be notified every time I go live. So in the meantime, enjoy this trade recap. Have a good weekend. So FRGE, or FRGE, it's FRGE Global Holdings. It's a special acquisitions company. We traded it a few times before, and if we go back to March, i.e. last month, we traded it twice very profitably. The first time we traded it in March was on the 25th, and we made over $16,000 trading it on that day. It moved up from 1250s all the way up to 2462, which was, quite a substantial move, almost 100% on the day. So just prior to that, a couple of days before that, on the 22nd, it did move up over 100%. It moved up from at 1106 up to 2690 at its peak. So it has got previous. This is a previous runner that when it moves, when it does decide to move up, when it does decide to go on a bit of a run, it runs hard. The last time we traded it was on the 31st of March, and we made just under $14,000 with this on the 31st of March. This particular time, it moved up from 21.29 all the way up to 44.68. Even the day after that, on the 31st of March, it moved up from 37.76 to 47.50, so almost $10 on that. So it had previous for running and running big. So the fact that we've actually traded it a few times meant that we know the history of this one over the last month and how volatile it actually can be. So let's go to the 1 minute chart. Now, we were trading DWAC when it kind of hit the top of the scanner. So we weren't able to kind of switch to it straight away because we were actually in a trade. And granted, the trade went against us. So in hindsight, we could have switched to it and probably saved a little bit of money. Now, I like to look for stocks that are moving at least 14-15% or higher on the day from a day trading perspective. And this hit 15% when it got to about this level. So as it hit these, we see the volume coming in, they get these bigger green candles here. And if we'd actually seen this at the time, switched over before taking the DWAC trade, took this trade instead, we would have had a much better, much cleaner entry. I mean, look at this run up and then this pullback here. This is a beautiful, beautiful bull flag entry. It's a textbook bull flag setup here. So we've got on the 1 minute chart, we've got this run up to 1588 and then a pullback down to 1483. Over a whole dollar pullback, a whole dollar retracement before it then starts to move up again. It moves up and we get this candle here, which is, we're looking for the next candle to make a new high. This one doesn't quite do that. This has a high of 1546. Now, given the range, we're kind of looking at, okay, well, 1546, we want to be getting in around the $0.50 level. If that's what we were doing. And if we got in at the $0.50 level, we'd have been able to get an additional move up. Unfortunately, we didn't see this bull flag. We were a little bit late because of trading DWAC. So when we switched over, when we got this onto our screens, we've already started to move up. We've missed the entry. We're already on our way up. So I'm kind of thinking I need to find a safe entry level. Stick to the strategy. If I'm going to trade this the way that we have traded it previously, I want to, and we're seeing that we're getting more and more volume coming through now as well, big volume coming. So then we get this pullback here. Get a little pullback. It ends up forming a doji. We've got a bit of a flat top forming, or a double top, or whatever you want to call it here. We've got the resistance level of kind of 1640 coming in here. So this one's 1640. This is fractions of a penny off 1640. So as it pulls back again, We're saying, okay, next candle to make a new high, which was this one. If it breaks 1640, I want the confirmation with a bit of volume. So I'm watching the tape and watching the speed of the movement of the tape. Of course, you can see the volume does come in. Volume comes in with a plot, and we get filled at 60. As it breaks 1640, we're getting the big volume. The tape's going busy, so we push the button. 5,000 shares, 1644. We get filled. It's a very liquid stock. There's a lot of people trading this. It moves up a whole dollar. That's when we take it moves up pretty quickly. So it moves up a whole dollar. We take our first profit, we take half our position off. We could have taken it early, but we took half our position off at 1747, and it continues to move up. So we add that back a little bit later, about 40-50 cents later. It's actually 40 cents later at 1787. We add that back, and we add that into a halt. So I can see that the halt level, if you look here on my montage, you can see that the level up, level down level here, that tells me where the halts are going to be. So I'm adding back in because we're getting so much momentum at this. You look at the volume candle on that first move up, then we get this one, which was moving up quickly before the halt, and we get the halt because we're only kind of halfway through the minute when it halted. So this we move up into the halt. I've added into the halt. We've got 5,000 shares at the halt, and that halts at $17.39. Waiting around for 5 minutes. I'm watching this, and it resumes on this one, and I didn't expect it to resume so high. I could see it in montage in the level 2 that it was going to gap up on resumption. I didn't realize it was going to gap up by so much. It moved, and it took 30 cents. So it resumed at 1856, and we pushed the button straight away. We wanted to lock in some profits. We took 2,500 shares off, but we added it back with my hotkeys. I've got it set. So one of my hotkeys, I can set my Alt and 1, 2, and the number pad. Gives me the ability to sell shares and create a trigger order at the same time. So as soon as that order is complete, it creates a buy order to replace what we've just sold. And I've got that set up on the hotkeys. So I press that and I sell 2,500 shares at 1887. It then triggers the order to buy back at the same level. So it's 1890s where we get filled on the trigger order. We move up from 1890. We get to the over $19. I've moved my stop level up here at this stage, and because I had a stop for 2,500 shares. A physical stop on the system at this stage for 2,500 shares, but we're in for 5,000. It continues to move up. We get to the $half level, so I'm ready to pull the trigger on the $half level, lock in some more profits, use the hotkeys again, sell 2,500, buy back 2,500. It moves up. It continues to move up. We get to the whole dollar level, $20. So I do exactly the same thing. Sell 2,500, buy back 2,500. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm locking in profits and I'm moving up my average cost. At that stage, it kind of hits the resistance. It hits the resistance a little over $20, starts to pull back. I've not moved my stop up at this stage. So my stop at this stage, when it starts to pull back, is still down here. It just over 18, just under 1850, I think it was. And I didn't want it to kind of just flush on me, and this stock has the volatility to flush. So as it got to 1950, I pressed the panic button, which it basically cancels all orders and sells my entire position as a market order. I got filled. I didn't even get any slippage. So it just shows how liquid the stock was. And I got filled at 1943. The peak, if I'd sold at the top end, then we would have had about $16,500 in this trade. However, with that pullback, and it was quite a quick pullback to the $19,500, getting out there for $5,000, it meant that we lost a little bit off that top, and we finished really good finish, and it was nearly $14,000 on the trade. So 13,850 to be precise. So that covers the deficit that we had earlier. So we finished the day green, not just green on the day, but this is the good news, green on the month. Now, I know technically we were green on the month at the beginning of this week, well, earlier this week, when if we take in just the trade profit and loss, but if we start taking into account the net position on the month, we after today we are green on the month because the $6,000 that we've made on this in terms of net profit takes us net green on the month, which is a great position to be in with 5 trading days left. And that means that all the gains we make next week are profits, assuming we make profits, and we stay green on the month, so that we're making profits all of next week. And that's a great position for us to be in. Really happy that we've managed to do that today rather than waiting into next week. So, if you don't take anything else from this video, take this away. When you've got a profitable strategy and a disciplined strategy that you know works, stick to it. Don't deviate from it. Why deviate from a strategy that's proven to be profitable? If you know that there are certain sectors of the market, certain sections that don't agree with you, if you know that you shouldn't be trading derivatives, you know you shouldn't be trading futures, if you know you shouldn't be trading the indexes, or you know you shouldn't be trading higher cap stocks, or you shouldn't trade in penny stocks, whatever it is that goes against you, keep an eye on your statistics and stay away from it. With me, stocks under $3, I deliberately filter them out so that they don't distract me. And this last couple of days, I've left them in because there's nothing been there, and more out of service, really, because few people on the stream want to, when I'm broadcasting live, few people want to see these lower cap stocks, so I have them on the watch list, I have them on the scanners, and it distracts me. And that's what's happened today. It did yesterday, not to so much of a detriment yesterday, but today it distracted me. Saw that the lower cap stocks were moving, and I got in because of to trade. I need to get away from it. I need to be more patient, and I need to just stick to my strategy. That's the lesson that I've learned. All's well that ends well. We finished the day 7,000 trade profit, and that's a good day any day. Enjoy the weekend. See you on Monday.